Okay, 10-4.
10-4 right now.
Good luck, fellas. Okay, we're down here.
I'll just follow your lead.
And we're now live. So really, in the beginning, we don't have to do much of anything. Just hang out until 10 o'clock, and then we'll get started, unless you want to just BS a little bit.
No, whatever you want, man. I'll just follow whatever you got. I got points pulled up so we can talk about those. I haven't logged into the server yet.
Yeah, I've got a screen where we can actually see the top 10 in points, their actual points, how far they're behind, how many starts, how many poles, and all that good stuff.
Cool.
Actually, it just shows the points behind starts and poles.
We're live. Are our mics live?
Yep, they can hear everything you say now.
10-4. I'll get here early next week. We can have a production meeting.
There you go.
I figured you had a script already for us.
No, not really. We just wing it.
All good. I wasn't certain what time you were going live. I don't know if it was quarter of or whatever.
No, I usually start it at 9:30, but we don't really get into anything while they're doing practice. And then as we get closer to 10 and things start getting more real, we'll start having a little more fun with them.
Right. No, Bryson, we were just over talking to Sherwin because he had a couple things to ask me. And he's like, oh, you know, the YouTube stream's live in 2 minutes. I'm like, what? I better get over there. Rich is going to think I stiffed him.
I was wondering where he's at.
So I had an 8-hour day of baseball tryouts and 2 hours of decompress with lists and stuff after that. And I just come home and I just fell. This is my getaway.
I hear you.
I got another 6-hour day of it tomorrow.
Getting that time of the year, baseball's getting ready to start up again, huh?
If we ever get snow off the ground, we have opening day in less than a month.
I'll probably be done by then.
Yeah, I'd like to be practicing in 2 weeks. But unfortunately, the way the snow is melting and our field doesn't drain, it's going to be underwater for the first week.
So it looks like right now, Kennard in the 25 is our top guy with a speed posted of 129.2. I think the track record here is like a 129 something, isn't it?
It's not far from it. I'm looking at times. I have it in time. I have Kennard at a 14.844. Tommy coming in at 18 or 14.890. So I mean, they're pretty close. Chase is in there third, 14.894, And Martin fourth, 14,906. I mean, the top 4 cars are all within a half a tenth. I mean, that's close. Typical Bristol.
Right.
We get closer in the race time, we'll pull Kelly in as a point leader.
Yeah, that could make for an interesting race tonight. If is Kelly already out on the track?
And yeah,
if we get Kelly and Kennard going at it, Kennard's got the fast laps right now, and they're both 1 and 2 in points, and Kennard's only 2 points back. So this could be interesting.
Yeah, we'll get a read on them too when they get in and get closer to qualifying. I'd like to hear their strategy tonight if they're gonna go for it. You know, these races are funny. You can go near the front and try to stay out of trouble, or try to stay in the back and keep it out of trouble and hang on to the lead lap, or you can be in a hornet's nest, or anything can happen. We saw that last night, didn't we?
Yeah, last night was pretty rough, but this track is known for that. There's going to be a lot of beating and banging. Hopefully we don't get too many cautions. We had quite a few cautions last night, though, and tore some cars up pretty good.
Yes, we did. Which was too bad, because the set was real racy. It was fast, it handled real well, it made for nice 2-groove racing. You just had to pick your spots where you passed, and we've seen a few guys try to dive bomb into the entrance of the corners, or try to get that good run off the bottom of, like, say, turn 4, where you know the transition levels out onto the banking, and that makes for a couple of the incidents we did see.
Well, tonight we did last night we did 175 laps around here. Tonight the Cup cars are doing 200 laps. So it's a little bit longer. They are running a little bit faster speeds than the nationwide cars were. So we don't have quite the field we had last night. We had a little bit bigger field last night so far. I think we're only at 12 or 13 cars right now here. Yeah, I showed 12 cars on the grid right now.
Yep, that'd be correct.
Which I don't see that Kelly has made any laps yet, so he might not have got out on the track.
I don't even have his car listed in the server.
Yeah, I don't see him on the radio either. I don't think he's here.
Kelly's one of those, though. He'll sneak in there late in the 11 o'clock hour, couple minutes of race time, get a 2 laps of practice, qualify near the front, and he's real good at taking care of his equipment. As he showed here last night, he says Bristol's kind of like a playground for him. He really likes this place, gets around it real well, knows how to take care of his stuff and keep his car out of trouble, and I'm sure he gets in, he's going to be a force to reckon with, as he normally is.
I think also what might make this a little more interesting tonight too is they are running quite a different setup tonight, and it should allow them to get, you know, pretty much anywhere on the track they want to run. They're going to even be okay if they do touch the apron. It's not going to upset the car as much as it did last night, so I think we might see a better race here tonight.
Just peeking at the laps in practice, I believe you're right. I'm following along a couple of cars and seeing the way they're hooking on the bottom, and the cars that are putting 2 wheels down to the bottom, they're not getting upset like we saw last night. So, yeah, I think you're right. We may see a lot of 2-wide racing. It could be real clean, and it's going to be fast. I mean, Bristol's always got a fast track. Looking down the points, you know, we see Kelly's the point leader and Kennard's 2 points back. Well, third in points is Jeff Bond in the 6th, so we don't see him in here yet. And he's only 5 points behind.
Yeah, correct. And actually the 3rd and 4th place cars are tied right now. They're both 5 points back from the leader. We get a little higher in points once we get into 5th place, but the top 4 cars are definitely right with each other.
Yes, they are. Within 5 of the lead is Joey. That's pretty nice. Be interesting to see tonight. Bristol is always a race of attrition. One of these nights, it's always a wild card in any race. You got to do all you can to take care of your stuff. Realistic damage really can take a toll on your car. You caught up an early wreck, it could really ruin your night early. 2-hour laps, a long race. They're going to have their work cut out for them to keep their stuff under them, keep the nose clean, and just make laps to the end. By the looks of it, I need to get a couple of skins before we get started.
I'm seeing everybody so far, so I think I'm up to speed.
I don't see Kennard or I don't see Chase.
You know, someone else that might be good to watch tonight, he's not showing up in our top 10 in points, but Tommy in the number 2, running a 128 also right now. He's pretty quick out there, and I know last night he was really fast, but he got tied up into someone else's trouble, and it ruined his night early. I think if he can keep his car clean, he's going to be interesting to watch as well.
No doubt, no doubt. Slotted up all these car files that were in the car file manager. I'm going to click through and make sure I see everybody. Always looks prettier when you can see them all.
Yep.
I'm assuming that 997 must be your picture-in-picture.
Yeah, that's camera 2, my second computer running over here. It helps us out a lot. I wanted to make sure I didn't take Matt's number this time, since I did last week, I think.
I may have to log in through my phone just to see what it looks like. I finally see everybody. I feel better.
So we got less than 15 minutes of go time here in Thunder Valley, one of the shorter tracks on the circuit. Very high speed, short track, high bank. It's going to be a lot of door handle racing tonight. A lot of bumping and banging. I'm curious to see, or maybe what you think, how many cars out of this 12-car field we're going to end up with running at the end.
Too soon to tell, and with 10 minutes left of qualifying, I'd expect we'd see at least 2 or 3 more here fill in. You know, normally our car counts here are almost up near 20s here on a Saturday night, which is a really, really impressive field week after week. We're amazed to be seeing. You said Bristol's a high-speed track, high banks. They call it a self-cleaning half mile. You know, the banking, when you spin up high, will normally clean down into the low groove and into the inside and makes blocks. And, you know, remains to be seen how many cars they're going to have. You know, I'm seeing a couple guys signing on to the radio, so I think we're going to see a couple more names in here shortly.
I don't think I got my roving camera working tonight for some strange reason, though.
Not now. Well, what we could do is we'll call our friends at ESPN.
There you go.
We'll call our friends at ESPN. You know, their TV contract or NASCAR's up by the end of the year. They may have some equipment to be looking to sell.
There you go. It's quite interesting, all the stuff that goes on to put one of these shows on. There's a lot of different programs running at the same time, a lot of different connections going on at the same time, and to me it's just amazing that we can even televise this, regardless of all the little tricks we pull as well.
Absolutely. It's amazing, Rich. It's funny. Probably about 6 years ago, somebody I'd met through doing Little League Baseball. We were both wearing a NASCAR shirt one day, and we got talking. And he said to me, "Were you ever raced online?" And I said, "Well, what the heck is that?" He goes, "Well, you ever hear of NASCAR 2003, the game?" I said, "Yeah, I have it." He goes, "And you don't play it online?" I'm like, "Well, you need to tell me more." Well, that afternoon, I'm in this guy's living room, and he signs on to the server he was running. And he showed, you know, gets me in his seat, and I was like, well, this is the absolute coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life. And what you know, a week later, I got a nice new wheel and found a league, and, you know, this is the time of my life out here.
Nice. And you know, the amazing thing is that this game is so old, and, you know, it's so big still. There are so many leagues still running this. There's so many drivers that still come out in all these different leagues. It's just amazing that a 10-plus-year-old game is still this strong.
That's so true. I was surfing through the SMS lobby all night, just overnight, looking for something to do. And I think there was probably about 350 cars in there. And it's really, really impressive, the way this game has kept its lifespan and the great work that the guys do to do the tracks and keep this thing fresh and new, and the new mods, and always updating something and making it updated to looks like it's just a brand new feel every time you're out there. I mean, it's really cool the way they've done this to make this game timeless. And said it's got the loyal following. So many cars, so many leagues that still support it, and I don't see it going away anytime soon. In fact, I see this last year, it's grown to a nice little swell.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm looking at times here, Rich. Hasn't been really much change in the speed chart from the top 6 or 7 cars. It's been very, very consistent. Looks like guys are out on long fuel runs. Well, the tires are going to burn off here a little bit, and you'll see the times go down. I think I did a little testing on the setup yesterday, and I think through about 50-lap run, I think I lost about 6/10 of a second on a set of tires. So you're going to see speed drop off here as the handling goes away. Cars tend to push here on a long run. If you over-abuse them, you get your right front tire hot, they're a handful.
Yeah, most definitely. Got another new driver out on the field. Well, he's not new. TDR Speed, he's raced with us plenty of times before, but he's now joined the circuit.
Yeah, we'll get a word with him here in a little while. He's already been a bug in my ear. I see Kelly has got here. Good to see Kelly out, point leader.
17 to Daryl Pace has now showed up on the track.
DP, 5th in points. And he's one of them guys I just started racing with here within the last year. And solid, night in, night out. One of the better drivers out there. He'll take care of his stuff. One of the cleaner races I've been around, and, you know, always right there. And DP, good racer.
10-4, I hear that. We've also had Alan Coleman join us on the radios, so he should be hitting the track here shortly. It looks like we're going to have a pretty hefty field tonight.
I'm watching our point leader, Kelly, out there turning some laps. See if we can get a word with him here a little bit before we go to Q. Hey Kelly, it's Rich and Phil up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey buddy, coming in tonight, you're the point leader here at Bristol. One of these races here, you're looking to survive. What's your strategy going into this evening?
Stay out front.
That easy, huh?
Basically, when you go to the back, you just get caught up in it.
10-4, 10-4. You're coming off a heck of a weekend last weekend, taking the Las Vegas sweep. You had a heck of a race last night. Are you looking to do it again this weekend? Is that the plan?
Why not? Can't
Why
do anything
not?
better than to win.
10-4, man. I hear that. Kelly was our race leader last night as well. So if he's able to pull this win off tonight, that's going to be 2 weeks straight in both series. That's impressive.
It's scary impressive.
Good luck tonight, Kelly. We'll be talking to you this evening. Go get some laps in.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck, buddy. Well, there you have it. Kelly is definitely on fire here at Dyno Racing League over the last couple weeks. He's turned some unreal numbers, got himself in a top spot in our point standings, and he's just one to reckon with out there. And if he can show the force he had last night, keep his car clean, stay out of trouble, he might just have a real good chance of taking this race tonight. But Tommy, as you can see right now, he's out there practicing right behind Kelly. And Tommy was just as aggressive last night as Kelly was. So if Tommy can keep his car clean, he might have something to say about Kelly taking another win.
10-4 to that. Yeah, Tommy looks real fast. I watched him here through the long run. Car seems real consistent. And, you know, Chase Barfield in the 01, he shows he's fast week in and week out. He's looking like he's got something to play with here tonight. Looking, we got about 3.5 minutes here before qualifying.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. So what we'll do is when they go to qualifying, we'll go ahead and take our DRTV commercial. And we'll probably beat them back out on the track because, you know, just as well as I do, once they get done with that qualifying situation, they're going to have to go through their driver's meeting, make sure everybody understands all the rules and clears up any questions. Oh, we just had a big old accident. Kelly's involved. Joey's involved. And then we'll slowly get to the green flag racing and have one heck of a show here for 200 laps in Thunder Valley.
I can see Jeff Bond just signed on to the radio, so all our top 5 in points should be here tonight. But we get these 2 minutes qualifying. I'm going to grab Kennard and see what he's thinking tonight. Kennard, it's Rich and Phil up in the booth. You get a copy?
10-4.
Kennard, impressive time of 14.804 up on top of the leaderboard. How's the car?
Pretty good. No complaints. Just trying to stay safe, I guess, tonight.
That's what we're hearing from a lot of guys we talked to down in the pits earlier, and a couple on the radio already today. You're currently our second place points leader. You're right behind Kelly. We know Kelly was dominant last night here in the nationwide race, but there was a lot of bumping and banging going on. So are you thinking just keep it clean and fight at the end, or where are you headed?
Try to keep it up front much as possible.
That's what we're hearing. That might be the safe place to be up front. Kennard, good luck. I know we got a couple minutes here to qualify, and we'll let you get back up there.
All right, thank you, guys.
Good luck, buddy.
So that's your second place in points. The fastest car in practice is 25 at Kennard, real fast, and you know we'll leave these guys alone. Let them get their final preps in here, get before qualifying. Yeah,
it looks like they reset practice. They may be resetting it just because we still got another 5 minutes to go before 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock's supposed to be queue time. So we'll just keep watching them and chit-chatting for a little bit and see what they do. And then, you know, once we see them go to qualify, we'll take a break for a moment.
Fortunately, we set our times with the reset too, so we'll see what these lap times look like. Got a whole lot of cars on the racetrack. .15.3 is all up and down the board here in their first couple of laps out. Andrew pops up 15.062 to lead this little short stint here before we get into qualifying. Tommy will pop into number 2. He just turned to 15.143.
Yeah, they got a couple more miles to go. Chase Barfield just jumps up on top. Oh, and then Kelly just takes over the top spot with a 127.963 in the speed.
Almost feels like knockout qualifying.
Yeah, no kidding. They're certainly starting to get the laps up there. We've got a couple numbers jumping around. The 33, the 29, the 21, and the 01 are all flip-flopping around right now.
I'm interested to see, as we look at the times go up there, Martin posts 18.8 or 14.896 to go to the top of the board. I was waiting to see if anybody would pop that nice low 14.8, maybe even go to the 14.70 range. I mean, that's pushing around here. The track record is right around there. So, you know, we have a couple minutes here for qualifying. We'll keep an eye on the times. Kennard, he goes up to P2, 14.944. So he's shown he's going to be a player all night long, too. I am seeing a trend watching these cars over 10 laps. I'm watching the guys that are running hard versus going out there and conserving. And I'm seeing about 10 laps, you're seeing a really, really big drop-off, and guys are just pounding the wall with their right front tire. So hopefully they're going to make the adjustment on that, because you don't want to tear your car up here early, because it can make for a really, really long night. And I can speak from experience here, running many laps and races around this joint. A banged-up car early, I mean, it's not hard to run 10 laps down here on one of these nights.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, last night I had a really good, strong car, and I was running up front for a while. I took the pole position, led the first few laps, and as the race went on, you know, we had a few cautions and whatnot, but as the race went on, later in the race, I got pushed in the back end by someone not, you know, paying attention and watching me getting on the brakes or whatnot. That damaged my car, and then it happened a second time later in the race, and by 3/4 of the race, I was driving around with no hood. Car was probably 20 mile an hour slower than everybody else, and you know, luckily for me, I only finished 3 laps down, but had to keep her running because of the points, you know.
I don't believe with that 3 laps down, you were the beneficiary of any lucky dogs.
No, because once we got that late in the race, there wasn't too many cautions after that, so it was a pretty slow night for me.
Abnormal night for you. It was weird passing, think I passed you, like 15 laps later I can't find you again. So, well, that's not right. Seeing double zero car off the pace, that usually doesn't happen.
It's Bristol, though. You know how it is. I mean, we had 22 cars on the track last night, and after 4 or 5 laps into a green flag run, everybody starts getting spread out, and it's like you're battling cars everywhere on the track once you get going. Makes for some exciting racing, but it's making it tough on a driver.
Looks like as we're rounding down here to about a minute left to qualify, we're going to have 17 cars in the field unless somebody sneaks in here late.
Yeah, I got 14 out on the track right now. The number 3 hasn't ran any laps since the reset. The 24 hasn't, neither has the 99. Yeah, so we're looking at 17 drivers. Going to definitely make it interesting, that's for sure. So we just want to give a shout out to everybody that we work with here at DRTV. This league is Dyno Racing, NASCAR Racing Online League. We're also running Safer Barrier, also known as SBP Tracks. They're the ones responsible for building these tracks and putting the safer barriers around them and updating them as much as they can keep up with. And then, of course, NRT Game Servers, where Dyno Racing runs their racing league on, and which is what we're connected to tonight. So those are all the people that are making this happen right now. And, of course, Papyrus, who put out the game back in 2003.
I think I've just seen the message go up 1 minute till Q. So we'll be rolling here real shortly.
Yeah, it looks like some of the drivers are starting to pull off the track, so they might have gotten the warning it's time to roll.
Rich, is the website name DRTV.com?
Actually, it's drtv.richpatton.com, I believe.
10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4.
web address is on our little commercial. We'll catch it at the end of the commercial. I got so much stuff in my head, man. I can't keep up with it. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know how it is. I'm a connoisseur of social media, so I'm just trying to post a link out. Anybody out there, we're live on YouTube.
There you go. To your cars. So it looks like they've gone to qualifying, so we're going to go ahead and kick off our commercial and let them do their thing, and we'll be right back on the air with you guys. So we're back live. If you've just joined us, you're not seeing things. The DRTV logo's up on the screen. We're currently under qualifying right now. So let's go ahead and get back out on there and see if we can see some qualifying time starting to happen.
Top speed out the board. Kennard with 25 car. He's up on top of 14.915. Very impressive. We see Chase sliding in at P2. Time of 14.960. They're the only two cars in the 14-second range. You've seen a lot of speeds in the 14 seconds in practice. So I wonder what's going on. Kelly, he's popped in P3, 14.995. So that's your top three.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some more speeds out of there. I know before they did the reset, we saw a couple drivers, or at least one, if not more, I thought was up in the 29s, average speed, 129 mile an hour. So we got the top two at 128 right now. A bunch of 127s following them. So it's going to be tough. These guys, I think the name of the game tonight is going to be patience. They're going to have to keep off of each other and find their way through the crowd without causing too much damage.
Now looks like that's going to make a wrap to qualifying. I will give Kennard the pole. Said 14.915. Great lap for Kennard, and he beats the 01 of Chase by a half, 5/100ths of a second. At Bristol, that's an impressive lap. I think it's about a second off the track record. I think I seen the track record was an 14.824. So we're within a tenth. I mean, it's impressive. It's still real fast, but now the challenge is these guys got to take it for 200 laps around this half mile. So it's going to be tight, bumper to bumper, two-lane racing, and these guys are going to have to take care of their stuff early and make it to the end. They don't pay the money, Rich, to the end of the night.
Yeah, I hear that. I think we're in for a heck of a show tonight. I'm sure there's going to be some cautions. There's probably going to be some, tempers flaring and some upset drivers because they're going to get involved in stuff, that wasn't necessarily their fault. But that's Bristol. This is Thunder Valley. This is one of the shortest tracks on the circuit. Very high speed for such a small track. And there's just nowhere to go but through the car in front of you when things bottle up. So it's about keeping it clean and really paying attention to what's going on ahead of them.
Survival is the key. A fast car, you can't make mistakes on pit road tonight. I've heard from a couple of guys that's through the chatter. Getting on the access road on the pit road is very slick. If we have to have a green flag pit stop, that could change the complexion of the entire night. Hard to make up laps here if we're going to have a nice long green run. Lots of things can happen, a lot of laps, a lot of fast cars, very, very strong field of race cars out here tonight. I'm seeing some names through the field. Jeff Bond, he had a great run last night, sneaking up on old tires at the end and getting up near the top 5. He's starting way back at 15th. He comes in third in points here. Martin Karch in the 33 car, he's going to start 17th on the field. He's one of the hard charters. He may put on a show from the backside. Throughout, from 1st to 17th, we have a 18-car field. We have a strong 18 cars. I remind you, it is 17 cars.
Yeah, so if you think about it, that's only 5 less cars than we had here last night. Now, I see Tommy looks like he's pulled out of the garage and coming out on the track, so it could be that the drivers' meeting is about over. We should start seeing some cars lining up out here.
I spoke too soon. You got to give me a sponsor on the number 2 because I see a blue car.
Yeah, Tommy's running the Miller Lite black and gold car tonight. It's a Chevy SS. It's looking pretty sharp. It's like Chase Barfield's pulling up next to him on pit road. They may just be wanting to gang up a little bit and get used to running in a crowd around here at these high speeds.
Drafting will definitely play a role here on these tight straightaways. You just stay drafted up on somebody, you can make some time. The only problem is, and I noticed this in the setup last night too, which really carried over, you can really burn up that right front tire if you lay on somebody too fast. So it's going to be a lot of car management, tire management. Take care of your stuff. 200 laps is a long way. You want to get through the first 100 laps. I think 150 laps, and then 50 to go. It's time to put the pedal on.
10-4, I hear that. I don't know what these boys are up to, but now they got 3 abreast sitting here at the end of pit road, and it looks like they're almost challenging each other. Who wants to go first? It's I think we're going to see some aggressive racing here tonight because these boys come to win.
They're pulling on the racetrack, so I wonder if the drivers' meeting has come to a close.
So now I think the interesting thing is going to be here is to keep an eye on our time board and just see who does what right away, see who gets them laps put in there, see who can keep their car clean during practice, because you know they're going to be tearing some cars up here.
Oh, absolutely correct.
So if you just joined us up, you're watching DRTV live. We're working with Dyno Racing tonight, and they are in Thunder Valley at Bristol Motor Speedway. Going to be a fast, busy night tonight. We got 17 cars in the field, and Cup Physics. So these cars are moving, and a lot of aggressive drivers, a lot of good clean drivers. So we should have a good show tonight.
As I said, very, very strong field of race cars we have here, and it's going to be a great race. I'm excited for these 5 minutes to go by and see what comes on.
So we haven't got up in the 128s, 129s yet, but right now the 01 of Chase Barfield is sitting on the top spot with a 127.2. Followed closely by Jeff Bond in the number 6 with a 126.2.
Well, we got a minute before we get into growing here. I'm going to grab Jeff. He's sitting 3rd in points.
10-4.
Jeff Bond, Rich and Phil up in the booth. You get a copy.
Got you loud and clear.
Jeff, coming in tonight, 3rd in points. You're 5 out of the lead. Bristol, it's one of these nights. You got to take care of your stuff, and you're awfully good at doing that. And you're also really good at gas mileage. You see gas mileage coming in here at all tonight.
I don't think gas mileage is going to be a factor here. I think it's going to be keeping your fenders clean.
10-4. We know we saw last night in the Nationwide Series here, we saw quite a few cautions early, and it really kind of slowed things down until everybody got calmed down a little bit. Do you think we're going to see the same thing, or do you think people are going to be a little bit more calm on the get-go?
I think the guys that ran last night's race are going to be a little calmer, a little more patient. You've got a couple here who didn't run the Nationwide race who might go out and try to burn their stuff up.
Yeah, I was seeing that through practice here, Jeff. A couple of guys said they didn't run last night. I'm seeing a lot of cars, especially in the tandem draft here. The car second in line, about 10 laps if they're running hard, is burning up that right front and really getting a push. So I think you're hitting it right on the head, right in the head here, that we're going to have to take care of tires or they're going to get hot real fast.
Yeah, I think that's the key. If you can take care of your car, take care of your tires, you'll be there at the end. If you don't, you're going to be on pit road.
Now, Jeff, last night, if I remember right, I mean, I was having some issues myself out on the track, but if I remember right, I thought you were laying back a little bit early on. Do you think you're going to look at that again tonight, or are you going to try to stay out ahead of all the problems?
I think I'm going to lay back tonight, let it go, and then at the end of the race, when we get down to about 20 to go, is when I'm going to actually accelerate.
All right, Jeff. We'll take care of that nice Budweiser machine there, and we'll hopefully see you up near the front by the end of the evening. Good luck.
Thank you, 10-4.
All right, that's Jeff Bond. Third place in points. Say the top 4 cars coming in tonight within 5 points of the lead here early on with 2014 season here at Dyno in the Cup Series. And Rich, I mean, it's going to be a great race.
I agree with you 100%. I think we're in for one heck of a show tonight.
I got 2.5 minutes on the clock till we put the grid up. Top speeds on the top of the board. Martin of the 33, he's up there, 15.022. Kennard, right up near the top of the board all night long, 15.060. And Chris, the 11 car, 15.064. So they're right up there. And as we say that, Andrew pops up P2. So speeds here are real close.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, one I don't see in the top 10 in lap speed right now is the number 3 of Joey Demand. Joey's currently sitting at 4th in points. We're watching him on the video now. I wonder if he's just kind of taking it easy through practice, because I know he can be fast here.
Absolutely, yes he can.
Let's see if we can't get a hold of Joey. Joey, it's Phil and Rich up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, copy, guys. What's up?
Hey, we're watching you get around this track, and we know it's Bristol, Thunder Valley. There might be some bumping and banging, some caution flags early in the race. You're currently sitting 4th in points, only 5 points back from the leader. Are you looking at a good points run tonight, going to try to keep that car clean, or are you going for it?
Oh, I tell you what, this is Bristol. It's a go or go home track. I think we are just going to go for it. See what happens.
10-4, I hear that. How's your car feeling? I don't see you in the top 10. Oh, no, you just made it into 7th place right now. So it looks like you're in the top 10 fastest laps during happy hour. You feeling good about the car? You think you got it?
I tell you, I feel real good about our GM Goodwrench service car today. It's got a real good long run.
Hey, Kelly just comes in there and tags you in pit road. I think you know Kelly was our winner last night, and he's your current points leader in this series. I think he's going to be one you're going to have to be battling with.
He definitely is one to be concerned about every week. He's definitely one of the fastest guys always.
Now, Joey, here in the last 20 seconds, I see you on pit road going in the reverse direction. Is this a new trend you're starting? Are you going to pit in reverse?
It's called boredom at the moment. We're happy. We got a great long run car. We're hoping for some green flag runs, and we'll be up there at the end. And so right now we're just goofing off, eating corn dogs and ice cream right now.
10-40. The calm before the storm, right?
That's right, buddy.
All right, Joey, the man, the 3 car. Good luck tonight, Joey. We throw you back up top. You guys are about to take the grid.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck, Joey.
Thank you.
Oh,
So
you
it's
already
Joey,
got
the
it
man.
for me.
Yes, I did. That's how we've talked about top 4 in points. Said 5 points coming into the night. I seriously cannot wait to see how this goes.
I'm excited. I'm starting to get chills everywhere. We're getting ready to take this thing green here in Thunder Valley, and we're on for a big show, I think. I think we're going to see a lot of hardcore racing, a lot of bumping and grinding, and hopefully we can get at least half, if not 3/4 of these cars at the end of the race.
Now, while I got 10 seconds here, because my phone is lighting up on me, gotta say hello tonight to my daughter Jessica. She's on YouTube. She's checking us out. She's about to graduate high school. She's watching her father online. She's all proud seeing me back broadcasting. It's been a long time. So, and we're on the grid, Rich. It's time to go.
Yeah, most definitely. We see them lined up on the grid now. They are currently getting all the cars out on pit road to start their first pace lap. Basically what's going to happen, pace car is going to take them around the track for a lap. He's going to dive off in turn 4, and these cars are going to go green with 25 on the pole. Kennard, outside line, first row, the number 1 of Chase Barfield. Second row back is your points leader, the 21 of Kelly Horner. Outside of row 2, number 14, Mark Peugeot. Inside row 3, number 2, Tommy. Outside 29, Andrew. Fourth row back, looks like 17, Daryl Pace. On the outside, number 3, Joey Demand. And that's going to be our top 8 drivers.
Starting in 9th tonight, we got TDR Speed in the 13 car, and I race with Speed a lot, night after night. He's one of the fastest cars out there I usually see. Always takes care of his stuff, and I think we're going to get a look at him at some point tonight. I think we're going to see him near the front. He was talking to him a while ago. So I just want to stay out of the mess. I'm going to ride around, try to keep my nose clean, and we're going to be there when it's time to go get the money. Or as Speed would say, take it to the pokey.
There you go. Outside of Speed's going to be the number 22 of Steve. 24 Batman's going to bring up the inside on the next row, followed by 36 on the outside, Alan Coleman. We're green flag racing. Here we go.
Double wide on the turn 1. Looks like Chase is going to have the groove here on the outside. They head down the short back stretch into turn 3. Chase and Kennard 1-2 as they come off turn 4 to complete lap number 1.
And we have gotten the first lap under green, so we are racing here at Bristol. Caution is out. That might have upset our start. We may see a restart here tonight. The typical league rule is that if they get the first lap in under green, they won't restart, but they may since it's Bristol. I think we were just on lap 2, maybe taking 3 now, so we'll see what they do.
I believe everybody was past the start-finish line, so we'll see what race command here has an effect for them. And there is a restart.
Drivers, to your cars.
So, Rich, we'll amp up that excitement. Take 2.
There you go. So we've gone through your field pretty much. We're just going to wait and see these guys take the green flag, get a different view of this restart this time. And, you know, next time by, there's no more restarting after this, so this could get interesting. So for those of you that may not have gotten to see it earlier, before we get this thing rolling, we've got our points posted up there. As you can see, Kelly Horner's our top spot right now with a 119 in points, followed closely by Kennard, Jeff, and Joey, all within 5 points of your leader. Back in 5th place is going to be Daryl Pace. Bruce Wayne, or who we call Batman, currently sitting in 6th place, followed by Daniel Gillis in 7th, Mark Peugeot in 8th, Andrew Mendez in 9th, and Martin Karch in 10th. That's going to be your top 10 points leaders.
I'm going to say the most intriguing name in the field. Bruce Wayne, Batman. I mean, does it get any more cool than that?
No, we have Batman here. We just need all the other superheroes now, right?
We'll put feelers out for them. We'll see if we can't get them in the field here next week. I mean, I believe we're in Hollywood next week. I believe we're out in Fontana at Auto Club Speedway next Saturday night.
Are we? I haven't even looked at the schedule. That's terrible.
I may be wrong, but I believe that's where we're headed. Which makes it kind of odd that they take NASCAR from the West Coast back east and go back west so quickly.
Yeah, most definitely. There we go. And it looks like Chase is going to jump out ahead, get a good lead coming off of 2. Everybody's going to single file up coming off of turn 2. Your current point leaders drop back to 3rd.
We're look clean and green here going into 3. Top 8 cars is a double 5. We got trouble in 3, I think.
Yeah, I saw trouble in 3 as well.
No yellow flag. We'll stay under the green. So far, putting the early laps in, I think we'll have to come put lap 4 on the books. Top 6 cars, all single file. Chase out with a small lead. Kennard right there using heels. Kelly right behind him. Mark Peugeot in the 14. Andrew Mendez will take your top 5. We're 5 laps in.
Might have a possible race going on back here for, looks like possibly 4th place. Tommy is all over the back end of the 14.
He's looking down low on turn 4, a little loose. Mark and Tommy both got loose. Tommy's down low through 1 and 2. He's down on the flat. Oh, they make contact around. Goes to 14, Mark Peugeot. Tommy in the inside wall. And I do not yet see the yellow flag. Still going green.
We are still green flag racing. I think it's because he got down on the apron and straightened it up.
We are still under the green flag. So that certainly strung the field out.
Yeah, most definitely. Tommy has finally gotten the car back up on the track, but he's cruising around the apron, and I'm not sure. Looks like he's probably going to take it in the pits. Yep, Tommy's going to take it down. He just got out of the race.
Looked like there's some heavy damage to that 2 car. That's tough to go when Tommy was fast in practice and out of the going here within the first 10 laps. It's a real tough break.
Looking back at the race leader, yeah, the 0-1 Chase Barfield still up front, and it looks like he's slowly gaining up on the tail end of the lead pack. He's only running a 125 right now, so they're about 2 to 3 miles off of their record-setting paces they were doing in practice and in happy hour.
See that incident really strung out the field as Chase is about to hit lap traffic at 99. Matt Lesniewski, he's going to be the first car here that's going to be in grips of the leaders. And see, we look back to the field, the first 3 cars, they're within a second. We look back, the interval goes to 3 seconds, 4.5, and all the way back to 7, 8 seconds. And we get back to the later part of the top 10, where we find Alan Coleman sitting at 10th, and he's 8 seconds behind. And so we Matt right here, he's running 16th, and he's going to fall grips to the leader right now.
Looks like we got some more trouble back there. We're under caution.
We're losing back through the replay, see if I can't find where the incident took place.
I'm thinking it had to do something with the 11 or the 24 maybe. The 11 did a little bit of a solo spin, it looked like. Yeah, the 11 just gets loose up in the corner, taps the wall just a little bit. He's able to get off the track without anybody hitting him. Doesn't look like too much damage on him, so maybe it won't be too bad for him.
That's just racing luck, too, for some of these guys. You have a wreck, a couple of cars stop on the racetrack, a green flag comes out, and we get a self-spin and get a yellow flag. And sometimes the racing God's shining on you, and some nights you're just a goat.
Yeah, the 24, I thought I was watching a little bit earlier. It seemed that he might have blinked out in front of somebody as he spun, came down across them, and it just got a little bit, a couple other cars a little bit squirrely, but it didn't look like anybody made contact, just kind of slowed everybody up and spread them out on the field.
I'm seeing the 3 car, Joey DeMann, he's a lap down and running in 16th. I'm going to look to see if he was maybe caught up in some of that. Joey DeMann, he lost connection, Rich.
Oh, did he?
That's a tough break. Guy coming in the night tied for 30 points. He's going to come out of the gate here. He's going to be multiple laps down when he gets back on the server. He has reconnected. Tough break for Joey.
At 22 went a lap down also. He might have got jacked up in the pits, or not sure what happened there, but he's now showing a lap down as well. So your race leader is the 25 of Kennard, followed right in tail by the 21 of Kelly. And then look who's in third place. Martin in the 33 is currently sitting in third, followed by TDR Speed. Oh, but it's listing Daryl Pace as in 4th place, but I'm not seeing Daryl. He might have went in the pits. Yeah, Daryl's currently sitting in the pits. Daryl's showing some front end damage. He must have got involved in somebody as well.
He's trying to find, looking back to the replay, where the initial contact happened. I see cars just making contact, but I can't see if that was because of the accident or that was what caused the accident. I believe that was the aftermath.
And before I hear that, I think they have shut Daryl's motor off. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to continue on. His hood is pretty cranked up. Looks like we're going green.
Yeah, green flag's in the air. Interesting strategy here. I'm back looking through the field. A 6-car Jeff Bond. He restarted up in the middle of the field, and he took a hard left, like he might have been down on power, and he's just hanging out of the back of the pack. I wonder if that's strategy. And as you said, Rich, the 17, DP Daryl Pace was on pit road. He is out of the event. Camshaft. That's an early night for one of the strong runners here. 20 laps on the running, so right away we're seeing attrition. All of a sudden taking a toll. Multiple cars laps down.
10-4, the 11 just goes a lap down. Also, he got down into the pits while we're under green flag. Looking back at your leader now, he's pretty much got a good run on the remaining cars behind him.
I see top 6 cars, all single file as we put lap 23 on the board. So Kennard is your race leader, followed by Kelly Horner, number 21, Martin Karch, the 33, Mike Speed sitting in the 4th position, Andrew Mendez, the 29, and Chase will be in tow. About 4 seconds separating the top 7 cars. We're about to put lap 25, 1/8 distance through this 200 lap event.
10-4, looks like we got a lap down car holding up 2nd place back. Number 22 is showing currently a lap down, and he's what's letting the 25 get so far out in front of these lead lap cars.
I'm glad you made mention of that, because I had the 22 I was on, and I was following him like he was a race leader. You're right, that's a big gap. Kennard is out to a 2.5 second lead here in the short run. That's humongous here at Bristol.
Yeah, and Kelly just can't get around this lap down car. I'm not sure why the lap down car is just not letting him out the bottom, but there's got to be a reason, I'm sure. I'm sure it won't be long before Kelly gives him the Crone horn and sends him on his way so he can get back into this race.
He's peeked it in there 2 or 3 times. 22 just refuses to give him the running room. Now Kelly's having to cool the tires back up and try to make one more charge. He'll go down here to turn 3. He's looking for room. And 22 car, Steve Slaughter, he's really jarring. Now he's up the hill. Maybe he made contact with the wall. Kelly's got the inside line. That may take the field right with him.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew got stuck behind him now in the 29. That's going to give the 33 and the 21 room to run and try to catch up with the 25 now.
Contact made. Andrew trying to get around with 22. A little bit of contact. Andrew's nose got loose, and now he's found running room underneath Steve going into turn 3. Looks like he'll make the pass, and I think he's going to take the 13 of Speed right with him. Joey the man, he snuck around in there. Joey running 4 laps down, currently in the 15th position. And we have caution. I see the 21 around.
Yeah, it looks like the 14 might have drifted up into the 22 going into the corner. Not sure if he drifted up or they just made contact. I would have to go back and look at the replay on that one. I'm seeing a lot of damage on the 21's passenger side. I wonder what he got involved in.
Kelly was running all by himself off of turn 2, just looped the car. It looks like the 13 TDR Speed may have gotten a piece. And sure did. Kelly come off the wall. Speed, no place to go. And the 14 Mark Peugeot, he absolutely got in the door of the 21 car. Both them cars severely torn up. I see the 36 Alan Coleman, he pulled away with damage as well. Yeah, so 34 laps in, we're under yellow.
And the 14 is smoking something serious. We got quite a few damaged cars down on pit road, but we mentioned this before. This is Bristol. It's going to be a survival of the fittest and take care of your junk. And some drivers are starting to feel the pain, I think.
Well, the key word there was junk, and these cars were pristine at the start of the evening. But as you see here, typically at Bristol, a little bit of contact, and you're going to see a whole lot of cars looking like they belong in the junk heap. Hard to believe so early in the event we're showing 11 cars on the lead lap. A lot of attrition here early at Bristol.
Yep, currently we've only lost 2 drivers, one due to damage, he retired, second one mechanical failure with a camshaft, but we've got 11th place back, at least 1 lap down. Top 10 still on the lead lap. Our current points leader is showing quite a bit of damage on both sides, it looks like. It looks like his hood might even be crunched a little bit. I think that might affect him a little.
He backed it in the wall there with the right rear, and I believe he got hit in the driver door by the 14 car and took a wild tumble. He was airborne, flipping through the air, and that may be some serious damage for our point leader. Lights are out on the pace car.
So we're back up front with our leaders, the 25 Canards sitting on the top spot. We've got lap down cars down on the inside. The 01 of Chase Barfield's going to be on the front row on the bottom. Let's see, this might be an interesting race off the go. And we are green flag racing. We almost had contact. The 01 almost made contact with the 25 going in through turn 1. That's going to give Chase the position. Chase is a lap down car. He's trying to get his positions back, and the 33 is going to follow him around for the lead. We have a new leader.
Martin with the 33 car. He'll take the point. Canard will fall back to second. They would definitely contact up front between the 01 of Chase and the 25 of Canard. Looks like they all have it righted now. Chase trying to hold on to that tail end of the lead lap. He's currently showing in the 10th position. Looks like we're going to be single file here, back through the top 6, 7 cars.
So we've got quite a few lap down cars in the middle of these leaders up here. Currently watching the number 13. He is sitting at 3rd place on the board right now. Got plenty of room out in front of him. He's got a pretty clean racetrack to run. Followed closely by the number 7, who's currently in 4th place. So the drivers we're looking at up front, the number 3 of Joey Demands a lap down. The 11, we know he's laps down. And the 24 is down on the apron, not sure what's going on there. He's still out on the track, coming back up on the pavement.
I followed him for a lap or two ago here, Rich. I believe he may have some damage and is off the pace.
Well, they're definitely boot scooting around him, that's for sure. I don't think he's going to be pretty competitive later on. We got a ways to go. We're not even a quarter way with this race yet.
Now we're putting 45 laps on the board. Martin Karch, the 33 car, he's your current leader. Kennard Furtick in the 25, he's running second. Got about a half-second interval between the top 2, and it falls back to about a 2-second interval. There's a couple cars in between. Second and third place car, 13 is Speed, he's running 3rd. And look out, the 7 car, Randy Schneider, he's worked his way. He's kept it clean all night long. He's up the 4th. We have a spin and contact airborne cars in turn 3. And he yells out. I'm not sure if that was in the direct sight line under the replay.
Yeah, I think I got it. I'm checking this other camera.
Almost appears at my vantage point here that the 11 car may have got loose. Not sure if you're confirming that.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
What I'm seeing in my replay, the 11 just got loose off the exit of the corner and collected Joey real hard. The 11 car, he pounded the outside wall.
Yeah, as we can see him going down into the corner, the 3's following the 11. The 11 just gets loose on his own right in front of Joey. Joey had nowhere to go but hit him. Both of them go flying up into the wall. The 11 goes upside down, rolls it over. He finally comes back down on the pavement.
I believe we've lost 2 cars that are retired for the evening due to that contact. The 11 of Chris Peugeot, the 14 of Mark Peugeot also out of the race.
Going back looking at Joey now in slow motion, I think Joey got a little bit of air also. He hits the wall.
He's got severe damage to the nose and the
down.
tail. He's going to have to bring that to pit road. I'm not sure he's smoking or not, but he's got icy damage, pancaked on the right side. I mean, that may not be a good corner left in that 3 car. Tough break. Joey's having a rough night. Comes in tied for 3rd in points, 5 points out of the lead, and 3 cars now on pit road. You hope they can knock some of the damage out of that. Hopefully there's no damage to the motor. Keep that thing up to speed.
As we see now, Joey, the number 3, is sitting in the garage getting some work done. Maybe they can get that thing roadworthy again and get him back out there. We have a current new leader, the number 13 of TDR Speeds, are sitting on our pole right now. Tough break for the 21. It looks like the 21 may be a lap down now. Definitely is a lap down. So the lights are out on the pace car. The 13 is currently sitting in the top spot, followed closely by the 29 Andrew Mendez, the 25 of Kennard, and the 33 of Martin, and the 22 of Steve.
Just confirmed with 21 of Kelly Horner. He is off the pace. He's got some severe damage to that car. Lost a lot of time getting some of the damage beat out of it. The motor is down on power. So 21 Kelly Horner, our point leader. He's just got to try to limp around and get all the finish he can.
And pace car's off the track. They're down the front stretch. We're green flag racing. 13's TDR Speed's going to dive into turn 1 as your race leader. The 29 follows him a little bit higher. Got a couple lap down cars in the mix, but it looks like the lead lap cars are getting around him. Andrew Mendez is challenging the 13. We've got contact in the back, and we're back under caution.
I believe the 3 car, Joey the Man, may have gotten the back of the 33 and sent him flying. Just innocent contact, the ends of the corner. And you see here at Bristol, when you get into the corner side by side, it only takes a little contact with the speed they have to send cars around. I believe that's what you may find in the replay.
Yeah, we're watching the replay now. It looks like Martin came down. I don't know that he had the room. Joey was already down there. It looked like Joey might have been holding his position. And that kind of got Martin sent sideways and put him up into the wall. It looks like Martin just might have come down on him, and he just wasn't clear.
So close to call, but I believe you may be right.
Yeah, watching from our helicopter view, that's exactly what it looks like. Martin just wasn't clear enough when he tried to go down to the bottom going into that corner, and Joey really had nowhere to go but go below the apron, and it was too late.
Tough break for Martin, too. Was up in the race lead. Now that Realtree TWR racing machine is on pit road. Severe damage to the rear of the car. They got to beat on that for a little while. A lot of cars on pit road.
Our current race leader is now the 29 of Andrew Mendez.
I believe all the other cars in the lead lap may have stopped for tires. This see pit road is filled one end to the other. I'm not sure how many cars may have stayed out. I believe Kennard may have stayed out also. I believe our top two. I think everybody third on back may have hit pit road.
Now here's another guy we haven't seen up towards the front all night. Currently sitting in third place is the 36 of Alan Coleman. He's been able to keep that car clean from what I can tell. We might just see a whole different front row and everything tonight. This is a completely different race than last night. Most of your top contenders are slowly fading away, it looks like.
That's an absolute agreeing on this end. The whole complexion of the race has changed. A lot of cars with heavy damage. Somebody just in my view here has blinked out a little bit. Not sure if that was a 29 Andrew. It is the race leader. You have a little connection issue. He's back there rolling now, but 29 Andrew, he's the race leader. Kennardy's going to run second. Alan Coleman, a 36. Chase Barfield in the 01, and Kelly Horner, who's been off the pace. He's going to show a top 5. That shows you the amount of attrition and contact and bruised up race cars we've had. A lot of speed bumps being swallowed here tonight. A lot of cars with a lot of heavy damage, and as we've quoted, we've got 144 laps left in the event. I mean, these guys are going to have to soldier through, and it may be who's left at the end of the night. It may end up in victory lane.
10-4, I hear that. We now have a few of the lap down cars are back on the lead lap, just like the fourth place car, the 01 Chase Barfield, the 21 of the Kelly Horner. They're all back on the lead lap and battling for positions now. Pace lights were out. I thought we were going to go green this time by, so maybe he'll dive off the track this time. And there he goes. Pace car's off. 29 is going to take the green flag as soon as he gets the field around here. And we're green flag racing. The 29 spins it a little bit. The 25 almost pushes into him. We had no lap down cars on the inside lane. Andrew Mendez gets a good leap, gets a little loose, almost puts it up into the wall. That's going to open the door for the 25 to get under him. He's followed very closely by the 36 Alan Coleman as they dive into the next corner.
All looking for running room down low, almost 3 wide, off of turn 2. That's not going to work here. They get that right in the right direction. We'll maintain single file. The battle is for the lead and for third. We see the leaders up there, Kennard and Andrew. They're battling 1-2. Allen trying to hold the 01 and Chase behind. Andrew, the 29, gets real loose, gets up the high lane. He bounces off the wall. We have trouble again.
Yeah, definitely. Bounces off the wall into the 36. Looks like he bounced back down on the track and got into the 01 as well, right in front of our points leader, the 21. Go back and take a look at that one.
It all started with Andrew, the 29. He pushed up the racetrack, and I think he made contact with the outside wall. And Allen, the 36, had a run, and I believe they just ran on the racetrack, and there was contact, and sent the 29 car off all over the apron, and makes hard contact with the 01 at Chase.
Here we are on our instant replay camera. Yeah, he gets a little loose going into the corner. It goes up the track on him. The 36 and the 01 get under him. And then it looks like, oh, the 36 might have come out and got 29, which put him into the wall. And that bounced, of course, off the wall. Hit the 01. It looks like everybody might have got around him without hitting him. I don't see too many other cars getting messed up too bad. Everybody's slowing down to get around him. So I'm not sure how the 01 is doing. But there you have it. Looks like the 36 and 29 made contact. 29 bounces off the wall. We got cars on pit road taking care of more damage. And that's going to put the 25 of Kennard back up in the top spot. And we are back to our 2 points leaders up front. Followed closely by the 13 TDR Speed. And look at there, our third place points guy, Jeff Bond's currently sitting back in 4th place. So our points runners are back in the chase again, it looks like.
Yeah, I was going to say, the cream usually will rise to the top here. You see the guys that are up front up here night after night. They're back up in the top 3. I see a couple of cars on pit road. I believe it's the back part of the field. I see the 01 to Chase on pit road. I think I see Canard with 25 ducking in.
So now we've currently lost 4 cars, the 11, the 14, the 17, and the 2. We've only got 2 cars that are laps down. The 24 is 1 lap down. The number 3 is currently 4 laps down.
At one point, I see the 24 car 2 laps down. I believe this will put him back on the lead lap. I see Andrew stuck on pit road. He's going to lose a lap making repair on the 29 car.
Yeah, that's definitely putting him a lap down now. So now we're sitting on 3 lap down cars in the race.
Pace cars in the backstretch. Andrew's car still getting damage beat out of it. I hope they can get this thing back going.
Lights are out on the pace car as they come down the backstretch.
Andrew's back rolling. He'll run through the race. He's 1 lap down. So he just kept out of trouble. He could pick up a lucky dog, and he could be back in the go here.
Pace car's off the field. All of our front runners are going. Andrew's sitting in the bottom up front, and we're green flag racing. Canard's going to take the green flag, dive into turn 1. The 21's on the outside of the 29. Looks like the 29's going to maintain his position, trying to battle for that lap back as they all fall single file going into turn 3.
Not sure about strategy right there. Andrew's going to try to keep the car up the front and maybe buy for that lucky dog. Where seems like lately the front hasn't been the place to be.
10-4, I hear that. 29 gets a little squirrely coming off the corner. He's able to keep it under control.
Nice and quiet here through the field. I'm looking back. 13 speed, 6 of Jeff Bond, 22 of Steve Slaughter. They're all single file. Nice and quiet, looking to see if we get some laps on the board. We got 130 laps to go, putting lap 68 on the board this time by.
Oh, and Chase in the 01 just takes it off the wall. He's looking to find a way around the 33 of Martin. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. 33 was looking at the 22, and it looks like the 33 and the 01 make a little contact. Both of them hit the wall. Everybody keeps going. We're still under green.
99, Matt Lesniewski, he's underneath the 1 car Chase coming off turn 2 here. They're side by side. Chase is not going to give up that lane in the high groove. They're door to door, no contact. Nice clean racing. And the 99 Lesniewski, he'll make the pass. That'll move Matt Lesniewski, 99 car, up to 6th place. I haven't seen him involved in many wrecks all night long. Matt's one of them guys, likes to keep the car nice and clean and likes to find his way toward the front till the end of the night.
Yeah, and you know, Phil, ironically, Matt is a guy that came to us a few weeks ago to run in our league, and he's actually deaf. It just baffles me how he can drive so clean and so well being deaf. I know when I run, you know, I listen to the tire noise. I listen to how the car's reacting, and that really helps me get around the track. It's just amazing to me that with him being deaf that he's able to be as competitive as he is.
No, 10-4, yeah, and the sponsor on that car, deafnascar.com. Give the website a view. I was on it earlier today. Really cool website. Outreach there. You know, nice to see a guy like Matt. And great racer. I said, I don't know how he does it. You know, I'm visually impaired. You know, I have a hard enough time doing it with vision. I can't. I rely on the hearing so much to drive one of these race cars. I admire the way he does it. I mean, he's a terrific driver.
99 is currently looking under the 22 as he dives in the corner below him. He's going to make up another position.
Canard way out front here, Rich, from a 25 car. 75 laps up on the scoreboard. He's got a 2.5 lead back to a 21 of Kelly Horner. Kelly, so with some motor damage, he's having a hard time. Whoa, car off the wall right in front of Kelly. Hard to see who that is. But Kelly and Speed, they're 2-3, and Jeff a little bit back and forth. 3 cars here. See who that is in front of the 21. Joey the man, he bounced off the wall. He's in a 3 car. He's in between our 2 leaders here.
10-4. Now Joey usually knows what's going on, so Joey will probably let him get around him in a lap or so.
And he's been forcing the issue here. I mean, he's got a beat up car. I've seen him bounce off the wall a few laps ago. And just here again, coming off of turn 2, he makes a scratch. So we'll see. I think he's going to open up the bottom lane here. In the meanwhile, Kelly is underneath here. 2nd place car trying to get around the lap vehicle of Joey DeMann. Here comes a 13 TDR Speed. 2nd and 3rd place car will make way. Now they have the long Trek Canard up in the lead in the 25 car. 2.8 second lead here as he comes back to the stripe.
Yeah, Kennard's just walking away with this tonight, it looks like. As long as he can keep it clean and keep it out of trouble and we go green for a while, he may be sitting pretty good. Now, of course, we all know green flag pit stops, if we get to them, are really going to jack things up and change the field around, but right now, Kennard's looking pretty hot.
Green flag pit stops could be the story of the night here. If we get a nice clean run for your 50 laps, cars are strung out all around the speedway. Everybody getting and taking a whole lot of room. Guys taking care of their equipment. A lot of beat up stuff here. Just wanting to make laps, get toward the tail end of the event. We have a car up in the high groove here. Lap cars going by. See if we can't get that look like. Not sure who that was. I think that was a 24, a Batman that was up in the high groove, letting 2 or 3 cars slip by.
Yeah, unfortunately, the 24 of Batman is really off pace. I think while we were watching our leader, I think the leader actually passed him 2 times while our camera was on him. So Batman is really off pace right now. And it looks like Bond might be a little off pace as well, or he may just have given Martin the space and he's back in the groove now.
I'm watching up near the front. They say here, Kitty, that 21 car in the second spot, Kelly Horner. We said it was 2.8 seconds here a lap ago. He's cut this lead down to 2 seconds. Kelly Horner with 21 car on the move. Kennard, you may have some hands full here in about 20 laps. Intervals down to 1.8, Rich. 21 car on the move.
Yeah, he's definitely pulling some ground on him. The 24 is back in the play again, but he's staying on the high side. He's being a smart driver, staying out of the way of these lead lap cars. Oh, that was close. Wow, Kelly just had to take a dive down under him to miss him.
I saw that too. Wow, breathtaking the way you're going to dive. The amount of speed, you're at 145 miles an hour at the end of these straightaways. To arc that into the corner, high speed there, and yeah, that take your breath away seeing somebody the closing rate. Unbelievable. Great driving by the 21.
He's gotten that thing down to 1.2 seconds behind him. He's slowly gaining on our leader. I'm wondering if Kennard is wearing his tires down or if he's just taking it easy, not paying too much attention right now.
It really makes you wonder the way he got out to that quick 3-second lead when they were trying to battle with Joey there, who was a lap down. And Kelly, he's got this down under a second and closing rapidly. Speed, he's back there in third. He's cut a whole second off the interval as well. He's back there about lurking in 2 seconds. Martin Cart, she's up to fourth. 3.5 seconds off, and Jeff Bond rounds out our top 5.
The 3 and the 29 are currently battling together. They're obviously the 3 is 4 laps down, so he's probably not going to challenge anybody too much. The 6 is getting under the number 3. He's going to be followed closely by the 99 as they get around Joey DeMean.
All quiet around the speedway, single file. Only car off the pace here, it looks like the 24 of Batman. He's really having a hard time. A lot of damage to that machine this evening. Being nice and clean, keeping up with the high groove, just making laps. And he's, like we said early in the evening, one of these nights here where you're off the pace of Bristol, it's really easy to be 10 laps to the rears before you know it.
Well, you know, Phil, I mean, I can understand what Batman's doing. He's currently sitting in 6th place in points. You know, I know he's damaged, he's off pace, but this is Bristol. There might be other cars that get out of this thing before it's over. And, you know, if he's points racing, he's got to make that thing run as long as he can.
It's already paid dividends for him. He was off the pace probably 50 laps ago. Early in the event, we had a lot of attrition take place. And he's currently running last car on the racetrack in 11th place. So already, just by staying out there, I bet he's picked up 2 or 3 spots of our 17-car field. So he's obviously points racing, something you got to do early in the season. Every point's going to matter coming down. You never know, 1 or 2 spots could make up there a couple of points difference. So he's doing the right thing.
Oh, the 21 just hits the wall, bounces it off the wall. The 13 of speed almost gets into him. That's really slowed him down. Looks like we're under caution. Not sure what that caution was about. I'm not seeing it as I look back through the field. Do you know what caused that one?
I'm taking a peek to see if I can find where it might have been. I see the 24 car was on pit road, and now he's retired from the event, so a tough break for Batman. I'm going to see, it says accident. I'm going to see if I can't find in the replay if he may have been involved. I believe a 24 car may have lost an engine, Rich.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. I think I found him.
Yeah, I think he may have spun it out of the groove. I believe the motor might have expired. He was down on power a lot of the night. And you see him in the inside. He spun at the inside of turn 3. I believe the yellow came out for the motor. And I see him coasting down pit road in the replay. So a tough break for Batman out there trying to make points. But none the worse for wear. Said picked up a couple of spots, and he looks like he's going to come in 11th this evening.
Yeah, most definitely. The motor just popped on him in the corner, and he safely gets it down on the apron, but he was close enough to traffic that that's going to pull out our caution, and definitely going to end his night tonight. It's a shame. He had a fast car, and he was a good driver, but things like this happen.
Trying to get a gauge on who our lucky dog may be. I'm not sure if Andrew was a lucky dog there in the 29 car, or if it might have fallen to the 7 car Randy Snyder. They're the 2 cars that are 1 lap down.
Well, the pace lights are still on the pace car. I don't see anybody jumping down pit road to take the end of the longest line for the lucky dog. I would think it would have to be the 7 at this point. Oh, he might be going in this time by.
Yeah, either or, it's going to be the 7 or the 29. I believe it might have been the 29. I believe he went through pit road early and got the speeding penalty, but we'll see. Lights are out. Andrew's staying on the top line. I got to assume he's got to be our lucky dog.
Yeah, he's currently sitting pretty far back in the field. Looks like only cars going to be behind him are the ones that just recently pitted, so he may be our lucky dog. And of course, with him being a lap down, he's still on the top row. Obviously, he's got the end of the longest line penalty.
So that's going to put 8 cars out of the 10 left in the field back on the lead lap. Green flag in the air. Right away, we're scattered up front.
And we got lap down cars. Number 3 of Joey Demand currently sitting between the 1st and 2nd place cars. Oh, and no, there we go. The 13's currently in 2nd place. 25 of Kennard is jumping out way ahead of everybody again.
We've seen this all night long from that 25 car. Fast out the gate, and looks like he may go out there and do it again.
Now here we are. We were talking about him a little bit earlier. The number 99. Oh, he just spins. It looks like he might have saved it. He didn't hit nothing. That's going to force him down pit road, possibly. We're still green flag racing. I was going to just talk about him. He was sitting in 4th place, so he's made his way up there, but now this is going to slowly drop him back.
I believe the 33, Mark Cart, she might have got a piece of the 99 as he spun around.
It looks like all is well. We're still green flag racing. That definitely spread everybody out a little bit.
Yeah, Matt got it right. He's back. He's still hanging on to the end of the lead lap. 9.5 seconds off the pace. Plenty of time.
Now here we are back up front with our leader, and it looks like the several lap down car, number 3 of Joey Demand, is not giving up. He wants to make some of these laps back. He's got a ways to go. Just past the halfway point. Now we're on lap 104. So he's got time to make up if he can get around him. It's quite interesting to see this battle going on.
I'm sure Joey's trying to charge hard here. Maybe try to make up a caution here and get a lap back the hard way. He's had to sit through some of these lucky dogs. He had that connection issue early and has fallen 4 laps down, but he really has driven hard, driven a smart, clean race since then. He's just trying to get his way back in there.
And yeah, and he's kind of stuck in a situation. I mean, he's got the number 7 in front of him that's also a lap down. He's going to have to make up 3 laps and get around the 7 in order to be eligible for the lucky dog. So he's got his work cut out for him. Now, if we do see another caution, obviously the 7's going to get that lucky dog, and that'll be good for Joey next time around. But to make up 4 laps is going to be tough. He's going to have to take some of them by force.
Absolutely. Looking back to the field, the best race on the Speedway may be for the 5th position. Steve Slaughter on the 22, Andrew Mendez on the 29, and Jeff Bond on the 6. They're nose to tail here through turns 3 and 4. Jeff looking underneath Andrew. That'll be the battle for the 6th position. Jeff is alongside, gets a fender there. They cross the start-finish line and in through turn number 1 and 2. We'll give the spot to Jeff Bond, move the 6 car up to P6.
Well, you know, we talked to Jeff before the race today, and he said it might be all about keeping your fenders clean. His car's looking pretty clean out there. Got around Andrew like it wasn't that big of a deal. And we know last night Jeff Bond made a run in the Nationwide Series, and right at the end of the race, he was right up there battling with a couple of them guys, so he knows how to get around this track.
No, I can sure attest to that, being a car that was holding on to my stuff for that last run to the checkers. I thought I had a good 3-4 second advantage and just going to coast around and bring it home, and I look at my mirror 10 laps later, there's a 6 car. Like, well, where did he come from? Jeff is definitely one of the guys who's great at taking care of his stuff, really takes care of his tires and his equipment, and is always a factor when it comes time.
Almost definitely. Joey DeMannon at number 3 bounces it off the wall right in front of a couple lead lap cars. They're able to keep it under control, and Joey's got it going again. Green flag is still out, but Joey's showing a little bit more damage on that car.
Riding along the 33 car, Martin, he's just hanging out there in the 4th position, but he started to cut into the interval, a top couple of cars, some lap cars in between him and the lead pack.
Looking back at the 22 and the 6 is going to look under the 22. Doesn't have enough room, but he's definitely trying to get around the 22 now. The 6 backs off, gives the 22 a little bit of breathing room. He's probably going to make another run next time around.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this race for 5th as we're all quiet up near the front.
Yeah, the top 4 cars got quite a few seconds between them, so I think they might just be cruising right now, trying to make up some time in laps.
Riding in car with a 25, and I can see up in front, you can see them last couple of cars, the 6, the 29, 99, they're all coming into view. So we may have more lap traffic here shortly. The race for 5th getting really interesting. The 22, Steve Slaughter. The 6 of Jeff Bond. Jeff did just have the position. Oh, we have contact. The 6 car goes around. Leave off the bumper of a 29. He had the door slammed on him. No place to go. And we're under the yellow again, Rich.
Yeah, 10-4. It looks like Jeff just hit the wall a little bit. The 7 was right on him. Got into the rear end of him. See if we go back and watch that replay.
I was following along with that battle. I seen that coming for a lap or two. The 22 not giving room on the low line. Jeff really trying to drive it in there. Got on the brakes, got the tire hot, bounced off the outside wall. It was a 7 car that was into the rear end, collecting the 29, the 99 driving through. Tough break for those guys. Lap 122 on the board. We're under yellow.
Yeah, here we are in the replay. Yeah, Jeff hits the wall. The 7 comes right up behind him into the wall. The 29 gets right in the back of him, almost like he didn't see him slowing down. And then the 99 catches him also.
I'm not sure if this is a cycle of pit stops coming, but I show the 3 car Joey and Man. He made it put a lap back. I show him 3 laps down. I'm not sure if that's attrition to pit stops or what that is.
Well, being that Joey was right up there with the race leaders, they may have let him get around when that caution came out.
So if my math's correct, and I'm definitely not a mathematician here, I believe that'll make the 7 car Randy Snyder our lucky dog. Randy currently running in the 9th position. That'll put all 9 with 10 cars on the racetrack on the lead lap. So that may work out for Joey DeMann.
At 10-4, Joey's currently behind the pace car, so he's probably going to come in for a pit. He's going to have to take care of some more of that damage, I'm sure. If he chooses to stay out, he's going to be on the inside with some pretty heavy damage, so I don't know how long he's going to be able to stay up there.
Developing story here on pit road. The 99 car, Matt Lesniewski, pulled in with some severe damage from that wreck and has been forced to retire from the evening due to damage. So as we said, with the night, story of the night was going to be attrition, survival of the fittest, and with a 17-car field, Rich, we're going to be down to a lonely 9 left on the racetrack.
10-4, I hear that, and we look at the top 3 who's up on the board right now. It looks like the 13, the 25, and the 21, a couple hard hitters or heavy hitters we were talking about earlier today. I don't think they're going to have too much of an issue with lap down traffic unless the, well, we got the 29 and the 3 still down there, so they may show up on the bottom row.
Tough part about Bristol is you'd love to grab these guys and get a word or two and a thought, but so fast when they get under yellow here, get on pit road, you've got to listen to their spotter, get back in line, and get ready for green. So we'll let these guys keep on the racetrack. We'll definitely catch up on a lot of these guys after we get through the finish of this race. Getting toward past the middle stages, getting toward the late stages, 126 laps up on the board. 13-car speed is your race leader. Bernard Furtick, the 25, he's been up near the front all day long. He's sitting in the second spot. Kelly Horner with 21, our point leader, currently third. And then we get back to Steve Slaughter with 22. Martin Karch, that's your top 5. Jeff Bond showing 6th in the 3-car. He comes in tonight tied for 3rd in points. And those are the 6 cars that I show on the lead lap.
10-4, we've got 6 left on the lead lap. It's been a rough night. These cars are getting beat up pretty bad as these guys get sorted back in the field. Trying to figure out who's supposed to go where. Jeff Bond's going to go ahead and get around all of them. They're trying to figure out who's supposed to have the end of the longest line penalty, I guess. And I agree with you 100%, Phil. I mean, normally here at DRTV, we try to get a hold of these guys during the race and everything, but this track is so small and it's so fast that, you know, when something happens here, it's so quick, and by the time we get things straightened out, we're ready to go green flag racing again, and I just don't feel it right to interrupt these guys. I know they got to concentrate, and I know that, you know, we're trying to keep up with them as best we can. We're green flag racing again already, so we just don't see enough time to be able to get up these guys as much as we would like to.
No, absolutely. These fast half miles like a Bristol or Richmond, those are really, really tough to pull them up here. We get the places like I believe next week we're out in Fontana, the Auto Club Speedway. Nice big 2-mile track. We're under the yellow there, which you usually see a lot of green flag racing at a big 2-mile facility. But for those off times we do have the yellow, I bet we can get a couple of guys in the booth. So should be a great telecast next week. But stay tuned tonight. I mean, we're still heating up here. We're down to about 30 laps to go, or 70 laps to go rather. 130 laps up on the scoreboard. And it's hot and heavy up front with 25 at Kennard. He's all over the 13 of speed.
Looking back through the field, the 21's going to get under the 29 and be able to get back up there and start racing for position with these guys. It's the 33's also looking under the 29 now.
A lot of the top 4 cars in clean air. Sorry, Rich.
No, you're good, buddy. I was just saying the 29's got to have some heavy damage right now for these cars that's just getting around him as easy as they are, unless he's giving them the row.
The top 4, single file. We get toward here, getting toward the later third of the event. Speed up front. Kennard, he'll run number 2 with 25 car. Kelly in the 21. Martin Karch, the 33. Those are your top 4. Race for third in the turn 3. The 33 car looks underneath Kelly, the 21. He's loosing around.
Oh, he definitely gets it spun around, and he's going to pull it down into the garage, it looks like. Solo spin on Kelly's part. It's going to pull out our other caution.
Checking to see if there was more contact after the fact. He definitely come bouncing off the wall. And I believe everybody was just able to scrape by with some heavy damage. As we've seen, the 21 car has been beat up all night long. And he is on the pit lane, and I believe he may have damage, and confirmed he has pulled out, and looks like the damage may be too severe to pull out of the event.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough night for our points leader.
I'm gonna get a word with Kelly here before we catch him. Kelly Horner, Rich and Phil in the booth, get a copy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kelly, tough to see you've had to pull out of the event. What happened there?
No, I don't know. I plead the fifth on that one.
Looks to be in the replay, you were in front of the 33 car, and it looks like it just come out from under you there. It didn't look like it was any contact between the two of you. It looked like, you know, you were just biding your time there, riding around the top three. A lot of damage to the race car, being collected with some wrecks, and looked like you were prone to have a good finish here. You know, tough to see you out, buddy.
Yeah, the first one, the car coil bound, and it snapped it, and I just couldn't recover.
Yeah, 10-4. We just went through watching that replay on you, Kelly, and it was tough. We know you were a contender tonight. You won last night. You won last week at Vegas. We were looking for you to be up front most of the night, but good thing was, I guess, that nobody hit you in that solo spin, but that wall must have did enough to you to make your damage a little bit worse. You didn't feel comfortable getting back out there and trying to make up some points, or what?
I already had engine damage from the first one, and that just finished it off.
Oh, 10-4, 10-4. I know we talked to Jeff Bond earlier, and he said tonight's going to be all about keeping your car clean and staying out of the issues. That's been tough to do tonight, hasn't it?
A little bit. It's just that nobody knows how to give and take. That's just the biggest thing. I mean, you know, there's so many laps left, and to push the issues is just not really the best thing to do, but you got to take what it is.
We have seen that with lap cars this evening. A lot of lap cars not giving way to the leaders. A couple of instances I've seen cars try to force the issue, holding their position, chopping off the nose, and I've seen it's caused probably 3 or 4 accidents out here tonight. So lap cars have really played a factor in here.
Yeah, that's what basically happened with the first one. I was being held up by the 22, and it agitated me like crazy, and I was kind of reeling in the leader, and then I kind of started getting relaxed because I was reeling him in, but I was still a little too agitated. I still wasn't running the cars wide open yet. I was kind of saving my tires, but still running a little bit hard, and she just called on and snapped. There's nothing I could do.
Yeah, 10-4, that 22 holding you up, we definitely caught that on video and was talking about it quite a while. I'm sure there's going to be some type of litigation or some talking from the league admins about lap down cars over the next night or two, I can assure you.
That'd be nice.
So Kelly, we've seen you up near the front all night long. Size up the competition for us. Who do you think's the car to beat right now?
Speed don't have any damage. It'd be between him and the 33.
You think is Kennard damaged right now, or is he going to be right there with them too?
He'll stay up there with them. He's pretty good. He's pretty decent. I just feel that if it goes green all the way, that the other two will overcome with, because I don't know. I just feel like they're a little bit more of a save your tire kind of people.
10-4, Kelly.
Well, they're lined up. Pace car's got his lights out. Looks like we're going to be going green here again. Tough night for you tonight, Kelly, but we'll definitely see you next week, man.
Can't win them all.
And we're green flag racing. The 13 is going to take off, followed by the 25 as they both dive into turn 1. The number 3, a lap down car, is down on the apron, but everybody gets around him. The 33 is clear of the lap down car and chasing down the front 2 leaders.
Single file up near the front. Speed, Kennard, Martin, they broke away from the lap traffic. Kennard trying to get a run on the 13. He run that thing deep into the turn there. Speed may have opened up the inside lane, but there's still single file as they head toward turn 3.
We're going to jump down this next lap into the 33 of Kennard's car and see if we can get a driver's view of this little race that's going on in front of him. Here we are inside the 33, following closely behind the 25, keeping an eye on that 13. Looks like the 13 and the 25 both drift a little bit in the corner. Probably doing that most of the night, as you can also see a little bit of red line getting into that corner on the 33. Oh, and the 33 just bounces it off the wall. And we'll go back to our sky view.
Race for 5th is picking up. Steve on the 22 and Jeff Bond. That's a race for 4th, rather. And Jeff just cannot find running room on that 22 car. Steve's really making it tough to find room on the bottom. And Jeff, I can see the patience wearing. He's a little contact. That may have been a little bump and run there as they come off of turn 2. Jeff really, he's got the faster car, and it seems like the better tires and less damage on the car. So we'll keep an eye on this because it might be a developing story here.
Yeah, most definitely. And you know, earlier we were on the 22 about being a lap down and holding people up, but these guys are actually racing for position. So it looks like he's going to give the bottom to Jeff this time around. He finally realizes that Jeff is faster than him. Followed closely by the 29, who also gets around the 22 then. So the 6 and the 29 are now clear, and the 7's following up on the 22.
Only problem is now for a guy like Jeff, he's saving his tires and saving his stuff and trying to make a clean pass. Now he's lost 3 seconds of the lead pack. So now a guy who usually will take care of his equipment is going to have to drive that car extra hard to get back in touch at the front of the field.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We're down to 50 laps to go. 50 laps here at Bristol will go quick if they stay green. So we're getting down towards the end of this show.
And it's getting racy among the top 3. 33 car, Martin running third. He's looking for him under Kennard. Kennard,
oh, the 7 just gets into the 22 on the backstretch, spins him around. The 22 goes down to the inside wall. Sorry to jump on you there.
No, I was waiting for something to break back there.
I was just panning through the cameras, and all of a sudden I seen him make contact. It worked perfect.
The beauty of TV.
Back on our replay camera and see if we can't see what happened there. It looked like the 7 just got into the back of the 22, but I want to confirm first.
That's exactly what I see. This up off the corner. The 7 car was trying to get into the throttle back, and it's real hard to do. When that banking comes up to the flat, that transition off the turn 2 and turn 4, that really can upset the cars up in the high groove, and it usually makes for contact, and I think that's the culprit for our yellow.
Yeah, most definitely. It looks like the 7 just came up into the rear end of the 22. If that was my call, that would be the 7's fault, not the 22's. But that's racing here at Bristol, you know.
This sure is, and looking down through the standings, Rich, I don't know if we counted this guy out yet. We've seen him charging up through the field all night long. But I see Joey DeMann is down to 2 laps down. He may have cut that deficit he's had in half, and he may be rallying back to put up a good finish after what's been just a horrific night. Losing connection, trying to keep that car. He's been in and out of the wall, in and out of a couple wrecks, trying to bring it home. And Joey DeMann having a great run tonight in that banged up number 3 car.
Yeah, he's slowly getting them laps back. I just don't know if he's going to have enough time and a worthy enough car to run with them if he can get his laps back. It's an interesting story going on here with him.
Developing story from pit road. 7 car may have been damaged to the front end of that car. That car has pulled off the racetrack and retired from the event.
Well, we talked about it earlier, you know, no matter how your car is doing, if it still runs, keep it out there. That's going to put, in 2 laps, that's going to put the number 3 of Joey DeMann up in 7th place then. So it pays to stay when you can.
Hard to believe with all the laps he was down and all the trouble he's having early. He may have a chance to rally back for a top 5.
Jeff Bond's currently sitting in 4th place right now. We know Jeff had to make up some ground a little while back, but this caution is going to pack the field back up. If the 29 can stay up with the 13 and the 6 can stay up with him, we might have a show going on with these top 4 cars.
Just going back looking at tire strategy here on the pit stop. Our leader with 25 at Kennard, he took right side tires only on this stop. 13 car speed sitting in 2nd. He took 4 tires. So we'll see some strategy here as we get down to the nitty gritty here. We're going to close down to 40 laps here. We go 157 laps up on the board. We're green.
Kennard gets a big jump coming out of turn 2. Looks like the 13 slows up. The 29 sticking with him. Kennard still maintains his lead going through 3 and 4. And Kennard is just looking strong right now.
The top two are broken away, a lap car of Andrew in between, and we look back, we find Jeff Bond sitting with 6 car. Andrew's back in the lead lap on the 29. I see all the damage, and I just automatically put in my head a lap down. He's up in the 3rd spot, and you look at this car with tremendous damage to the back end. It looks like a tin can driving around, but Andrew giving this thing a ride.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. 29 is actually in 3rd place now, so it's going to be interesting. There's no lap down cars in their way. There's only 1 lap down car on the track, and he's currently 2 laps down. That's the number 3 of Joey Demand.
Back to the field here, race for 5th. Again, we found a 22, Steve. Martin a 33. I see Steve really trying to hold that bottom. Got it bottlenecked up. Martin's really trying to find the way around. There were contact here with a bump and run action going to the corner. You let Steve catch it. And up in front of them, I see a Paso lead up. Looks like that might be for 3rd. Was that Jeff sneaking by with 29?
Yeah, most definitely. The last lap around going into turn 3, it looked like Jeff Bond made the move on the 29, or the 29 gave him the corner. I'm not sure, but that's going to open the door for Bond to get up towards that 2nd place car and make another battle. Meanwhile, the 33 is still trying to figure out how to get around the 22. Now we know that 33 can be fast if he's got room to go. He's having to get on the brakes hard. He gets it sideways in the corner, spins it around. Joey goes up into the wall to miss him. And we're green flag racing still.
Martin's got that machine righted back in the right direction. Hopefully he didn't scrape the tires too bad. He'll check back across here. Stone lead lap, running 6th spot. Not all lost. Plenty of time left in the event if he can keep that thing behind him. Sure, he's a frustrated driver in that cockpit trying to work around a 22. He's trying to keep that car. He may have 1 caution under his belt in the event, trying to pick up that 2nd yellow, and may have just overdrove the car.
Andrew just blows a motor.
Oh, no.
Yep, Andrew just blows the motor going down the front stretch. It looks like he is slowly coasting down the back stretch into turn 3. That's going to put us under caution.
And I'm getting word that the 13 car may have also just popped the motor too.
Yes, he did. I'm going back through the replays, and I just came across him as well. You've seen him on your TV screen there just going down pit road. And it looks like he's probably going to be out for the night.
Mike Speeds, Rich and Phil in the booth. Got a copy.
Hi guys, how are you?
Nah, we're doing better than you, brother. Had a great run going on tonight. Run up in the top 2 or 3 all night long, biding your time. Looks like you may have had a car, the right strategy, and it looks like the motor went south on you.
Yeah, right when the caution came out too. I don't know what to think of that. That's just terrible. She was fast.
Oh, you were definitely up there, buddy. We were watching you a couple times, had the lead at a couple different places, went back in the pack due to pit stops and cautions or what have you, and then worked your way back up several times. You know, we figured between you, the 33 of Martin, and the 25 of Kennard, we were going to see a really tight battle at the end with you top 3 guys, because you spent so much time up there. It's just a shame, but this is Bristol, right? I mean, what do you expect out of here?
Yeah. What do you expect, right? I mean, I tried to keep it safe all night, stay out of trouble, and bided my time waiting for the last, 30, 40 laps to do something, and when I get there, I lose the motor. Who'd have thought of it?
Yeah, that's the most awful break you could possibly have. Did everything in your power tonight, kept that thing clean, had the 4 tires, strategy falling right in your lap, and that just stinks, man, to see you out of the event. You had a good run. Yeah,
we had a great car tonight. I'd like to thank, the Ford, Mountain Dew, obviously Dyno Racing for everything that they do. Of course, TDR and the guys that work hard on these cars. So, thanks a lot.
Yeah, great racing speed. Just tough finish, buddy. We're probably going to see you back out there next week when we go to Fontana. Is that where we're at, right? Fontana?
You betcha. Auto Club?
Yes, sir.
I'm ready. We'll be ready. Looking forward to it.
All right, buddy. 10-4. You go back and take care of what's left of that car, and we'll see you out there next week then.
Right on. Thanks, guys. Great job.
Take it easy, Speed.
Nah, that's TDR Speed there, the 13. Was giving that car a whale of a ride tonight. Looked like he was for sure to bring that up in the top 2, and he'll find himself on the trailer. Meanwhile, Rich, we said it before, last yellow, Joey the Man, lucky dog, 5 cars left on the speedway. We talked about survival of the fittest. Joey's going to bring this thing home in the top 5. Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, I guess you can't avoid that. He can only get better than where he's at now. Kind of a shame. We started, what was it, 17 cars. We're now down to only 5 cars left running. Good thing is 4 of them's on the lead lap, so pace car pulls off. Kennard's in the lead with the 25. He's going to take the green flag, and we're back underway racing. So, you know, with that many cars left, I think we're probably going to see this stay green. I can't imagine us seeing another caution with only 5 cars out here, unless they do a solo spin or something. We're watching right now the race for 3rd place. The 33 is trying to get around the 22 again. He is all over the 22. The 22 is just in the way, it looks like.
Can see smoke boiling from that cockpit, really. 33 car Martin. He's one of the more aggressive guys out there. Really knows how to wheel a car real fast. Tries to be as patient as could be. He'll usually go early. Once he gets that yellow under his belt, he'll go back into conservative mode, and I can just see the steam from that cockpit as that 22 car feels like it's about 5 lanes wide.
Yeah, most definitely. And you know, what makes it tough is granted it's a good race that's going on for 3rd place right now, and you really can't argue that point, but you know, the downside of this is these 2 leaders are getting away from these guys as this is going on, and I'm not sure how much longer Martin's going to take it. He's not going to take it anymore. He gets under the 22, followed closely by Joey. Joey tries to get under but couldn't stay down, and the 33's got clean air in front of him now.
So hopefully he's lost 2.5 seconds in the lead pack. He's going to have to really drive this car. We're down 21 laps to go when they hit the line, so we're down to it. It's money time. Martin's really going to have to drive the wheels off of that car.
Joey the Man finally gets around the 22, that last lap through 1 and 2.
He's back on the lead lap, Rich. He's made them all up the hard way.
Simply amazing. Back up with our race leader, the 25 of Kennard. He has got the number 6 of Jeff Bond all over his back end, and it's go time. Jeff knows we're 20 to go. And we talked earlier to Jeff, and he said that's what he's going to do. He's going to kind of hang out in the back, take care of his car, keep his fenders clean, and hopefully make a run for the win at the end of this thing. And he's in the position to do it now, so we could have a good shootout at the end of this race.
We did allude to it all night long. Jeff in practice and qualifying didn't put the big time up. We knew he had good a car. We knew he'd save his stuff. He's chasing down a 25 car. 25 is almost shown to be the class of the field this evening. Top little speed charts all night long in practice, up near the top 1 or 2, 3 spots. Been up front a lot of the night, got the pull away, but now as we get down here toward the money, under 20 laps to go, here's that 6 car Jeff Bond. And don't count the 33 of Martin Cart. She's cut down about a half a second into that interval. If these guys up here start racing defensively, you're going to see a 3-car race here.
Yeah, most definitely. We're looking at the fast lap times, and Jeff's currently sitting way down the board, but he's right up there with the leader. Of course, the leaders not have the fastest lap tonight as well. Actually, our fastest lap tonight was the 33 of Martin with a 127.5, so it's interesting to see how Jeff's going to handle this. I know as we go on, these cars are getting a little bit slower, they're getting a little bit more worn, and there's a little bit of damage on some of them. So it's making for a good race.
Yeah, I believe we're going to be clean and green here for the end of the event. 15 laps to go. Kennard's got the lead in the 25. Jeff just sitting there riding in his tire tracks, not putting the pressure on, maybe keeping them tires cool to make one last run here. And look back now from 1.6 seconds 3 laps ago, now under 1.2 seconds a 33 car. So I really think now we officially call this. It's a 3-car drag race up front here as we get to the waning laps.
10-4. Martin in the 33 is trying to reel these guys in. Looks like he's doing a good job of doing it. I just don't know if he's going to have enough laps to get up there and do anything with them.
I think as to the contrary. I think he's got plenty of car, a lot of car control. I don't think he's abused the tires. I know he had to really get it over aggressive with the 22. Jeff's going to sit there in second spot. I mean, Kennard may be a sitting duck, but we've seen top-end speed out of that car all night long. Not really many wrinkled fenders on the 25 car. We're coming down here. There's going to be 10 to go at the line. Business has officially picked up.
33 has made it to the back end of the 6, so it's definitely going to be a three-car shootout as they both roll through the corners.
Shootout, that's an operative word here. Like fighter jets in a gymnasium here around Bristol, these three cars really putting on a show.
Oh, a 33 takes it into the wall. That's going to slow down his momentum a little bit. Doesn't look like he lost too much ground. He goes into a solo spin into the corner, and that might pull out a caution.
Yeah,
and
that is.
does.
The yellow flag is out late in the event. That's a tough break. I believe that might have been his limit of a 2-spin here this evening also. I can't verify that, but I believe from earlier conversations and chat I've seen come through, I think that might be the case. He's headed for pit road.
Yeah, that's tough to be sitting in third place at Bristol. As tough as this race has been, if that was his last caution, that's a tough way to get out of the race. This is going to jumble our field back up. 25 is still your race leader, followed by the number 6, Jeff Bond, and then now the 22 of Steve.
Joey was leading in third, but Joey is pulled on and opted to get tires here. So there's going to be 4 cars off on the racetrack. A 33 car has pulled off for the evening. And so we're going to have 4 cars, 4 or 5 lap shootout. Wow, it's really getting heavy.
And that's going to give Joey's back on the lead lap now. So all 4 cars could win. You know, any one of these 4 cars could win this thing if they could just deal with the 25. He's been so strong tonight.
Yeah, I really think he's been the class of the field. We've seen Kelly Horner and Speed there in the 13. Them 2 cars show they had a lot of muscle to run, but Canardi's been up front, been very methodical about it, getting away, getting in and out of traffic, keeping the nose clean, and I think he'll tell you he's right where he wants to be here. 5 laps ago, he said at the beginning of the night, we're going to keep this car up front and as fast and as long as possible, and strategy may be paying off.
10-4, you know, he is this year's DRL Daytona 500 winner, and he's currently sitting in 2nd place in points behind Kelly. So, you know, only being 2 points behind the leader going into this event, this is probably going to give him the points lead after this event. He's having a heck of a season here at Dyno Racing. It's good to see a new face in the lead.
Oh, absolutely. And if you see the driver roster here at Dyno, and you just look down the board, you heavy hitters from top to bottom. First class league, first class competition, one of the better leagues we see out here in the NASCAR 2003 community. And I really can't say enough things about the league and the drivers and all the people that make a great job over here. And this seat's not too bad either. I ran in the cockpit, and this one's pretty enjoyable too. I mean, it's a cool perspective to see and look around. I look forward to being here on Saturday nights with you, Rich.
Well, 10-4, we're glad to have you here at DRTV, Phil. And we appreciate everything you do, and I love racing with you. And I'll never forget our short track event in the Wheel and Mod that we have. I can't never forget that.
Oh, 2 cars head-to-head, all that. It was a fun night.
That was a crazy night. But, you know, we do. We have a lot of fun here at Dyno Racing. We got a lot of clean drivers, usually respectable drivers. I think, you know, the big issue here is tonight it's Bristol. And everybody knows how Bristol is. It's tough. You know, we run realistic damage, so it doesn't take much to mess you up. And with full fields like we run here, it's going to happen. You know, we've got big tracks, we got little tracks, road courses. We're running the entire schedule. So this is just a bump in the road for some of these guys. It's a rough night, and we'll get back at it next week. Pace car pulls off the track. Kennard's going to take the green flag this time by.
3-lap run to the checker as we come to the green. Kennard, Jeff Bond the 6, Joey Aman up in the 3rd spot, Steve in the 22. He makes the dive bomb move through turns 1 and 2. He'll take 3rd.
Jeff is all over Kennard going through 3 and 4.
He got big loose in 3. I believe we've seen popsicle sticks in the air last time by.
I think Kennard is slowly stretching that lead a little bit.
2 to go. 2 to go at the flag stand. So Kennard will make his way down the back stretch into turn number 3. He can see the white flag from here as they'll come off the corner. Top 4 cars in the race here. Single file as they head to turn 1.
Here we go down the backstretch on the last lap. Bond tags the wall, gives Kennard a little bit of breathing room. Now Bond's got the 22 all over the back end. Kennard's going to be your race leader. Bond bounces off the wall, gets into the 22 across the start-finish line. It looks like Bond's going to maintain second, 22 in third, and Joey DeMand's going to end this race in fourth place.
Great run tonight for the 25 of Kennard, picking up the win here tonight at Bristol, the 200-lap event here at Dyno Racing League. A great field of cars. Kennard here, we look on the front stretch, looks like he's got the victory burnout going on.
So there you have it. Our race winners, the 25 at Kennard, with a few laps shootout at the end of the last caution. DRTV representative Phil, do you have the third place guy? We're looking for the 22, Steve Sawyer or Sauter.
Steve Slaughter, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Steve, great run tonight, bringing that thing home in third spot. It was a lot of rough going out there tonight. A lot of carnage, a lot of wrecks, a lot of attrition. You're able to keep that car one piece and bring it home third. Tell us about your night.
Well, I knew I didn't have the fastest car, so I just kind of helped my position, tried to hold back as many as I could, and I didn't have a problem with going to the back of the pack, because at a track like Bristol, wrecks are inevitable, blown engines are a possibility, and my game plan worked out just fine. And I knew when the number 3 car, Joey, went in the pit, I knew then, I said, I've got to go get tires. And I made sure I had the freshest, and I got him at the line, and I was determined not to give it up. But when the number 6 bobbled, I figure, here's my chance. I've got to go under him, and we caught just enough of each other. It kind of messed my plans up, but I'm happy with third place. The best night I've had here in a while. And I'd like to say thanks to all my sponsors, Sharpie, and to Dyno Racing for putting on such a good show tonight. It was fantastic.
Well, Steve, congratulations on your third place run tonight. I'm going to throw it to Rich, who's down at Victory Lane.
Hey, thanks a lot, Phil. I'm down here talking to the number 6 at Jeff Bond. Jeff Bond, we talked to you earlier tonight. You said what it was going to take. You said it was going to be keeping your fenders clean, staying out of trouble all night long, looking to be up towards the front towards the end of this race and make a go at it. And I'll be darned if that isn't exactly what you did, man. Second place finish, pretty good at a rough Bristol race tonight. How you feeling?
Actually, I am feeling lucky I got second. I really pushed it those last couple of laps, trying to make him make a mistake. And I got him to bobble it once in 3 and 4, and then he took off, and coming out of 4 on that last turn, I never lifted and ended up scraping the wall and coming down and just held off the 22.
Yeah, it looked like you really charged it in there, coming to the white flag. You really had a good run there. It looked like the car got loose and let that 25 get away. Jeff, great job tonight. Bring that thing home second.
Yeah, I stuck to my strategy, stayed in the back, let the race come to me, and then at the end, I was up in the front.
10-4, Jeff. It worked the way you wanted. You didn't quite get the win, but second place is not too shabby at a track that pretty much consumed 3/4 of the cars tonight. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, I think a top 3 at this track is a win in anybody's book.
10-4.
Agreed.
That's going to move you up probably in points also. You were only 5 points out from the leader going into this, and Kelly got out early with some problems. It looks like you and our race winner tonight may have a jump on the leader this time by, possibly even the number 3 of Joey DeMand.
Yeah, it's early in the season to really watch the points, but it is always nice to move up. You don't want to move down, and consistency is what wins it all.
10-4, Jeff. Anybody want to give a shout out before I turn this radio over to our race leader?
I got to give a shout out to the 25. He drove one heck of a race. I mean, I gave him all he could handle, and he stayed up there and stayed calm.
All right, buddy. He's one of them cool cats we like to race with out there. Phil, thanks again, Jeff. Have a good one. We're going to see you next weekend, I'm sure. And Phil, I'm hoping you got our race winner with you.
I absolutely do. Kennard down at Victory Lane. Beautiful drive tonight. This beautiful number 25 car. Kept it clean all night long. Tell us about your race.
I guess I just feel very lucky tonight to come out of Bristol without a scratch being on a race car.
That was a phenomenal run. You looked like you were the class of the field all night. Put the big laps up in qualifying and in practice. Really showed the field up front, probably with the majority of the laps here this evening. Got out to big leads. They caught you. Caution would come out. You'd get away again. You know, your strategy from the get-go was to stay out front. And you really put that to plan tonight.
Yes, sir, I did. I'd like to give a shout out to Jeff. He was challenging me for the win there. He raced me very clean, and he's most definitely got my respect on the racetrack, and I just want to thank him for that.
And a great night, too. You came in number 2 in points. You were just out of the lead with this win, I believe. My math may not be correct, but I think that may find you on top of the point standings early in the going. So congratulations on a great run. Rich, what do you got for him?
Yeah, definitely. Just want to give you a shout out. I know I've raced with you side by side before. You're a great guy to race with, clean driver, very competitive. I'm still stoked that you took the 500 this year, but good job there. And to take Bristol, that just goes to show you can race at both ends of the spectrum. It doesn't matter if it's drafting or bumping and banging. You're one heck of a driver, buddy, and we're glad you're out here with us.
Thank you, and thank you guys at Dono Racing for putting on an excellent show.
All right. That's our race winner, Kennard, the 25 car with a great run this evening. And Rich, I want to get one more if we can before we get off the air here. I think the Attaboy award tonight's got to go to the 3-car Joey Demand.
Oh, definitely. Joey Demand was beat up tonight. He was several laps down. He had some mechanical issues going on early in the race that caused him to take it off the track for a little bit. He was able to overcome all of this, fight for some laps back, get a couple lucky dog positions, and at the end of the race, he ends up this thing in 4th place, not too shabby for being 4 laps down at some point. So you got a hold of Joey down there, Phil?
I do. Joey, Attaboy award tonight definitely goes to you. Falling out with that connection issue early, 4 laps down early in the event, clinging back, getting him one by one, getting him the hard way, getting him by the way of the lucky dog, coming home tonight in 4th spot. Joey, what a great run. Tell us about your night.
Well, you pretty much said it all. It started as a great night. We had a great car, a great GM service car, and the guys really, more than me, the guys deserve the attaboy because they put this car back together after the connection issues and all that. And we got out there and got in a couple little fender benders with a few other cars that got let down and wrecks and cars crashing around us. And we still got to bring the old GM car back up to 4th and with the virtue of the lucky dogs. And we just lucked out on that one. And we're just very happy to be bringing the car home in figuratively one piece.
Now, I can't imagine you were not a happy driver. You had to be a happy driver in the cockpit when you see the amount of yellows coming out and the amount of attrition going on in the event. A lot of cars falling by the wayside. 2 cars that are running up in the top 3, pop motors under the same caution flag, got you right back in the event. You must have been gritting ear to ear in the cockpit, seeing all these cars falling by the wayside and letting you get back in this thing.
Well, the competitor in me definitely was. Every caution I was watching who gets lucky dogs and just waiting for our turns to get them. And then the friend in me on the other side, you know, is like, oh, that sucks for that person, you know. So I know in practice we all talk about what we do with our cars and, you know, how we injure and stuff. And we all share information and stuff. So, you know, on one side it's sad to see people get wrecked out or blown motors and stuff. And then on the other side you're like, yes, that's one more spot for me.
And on the flip side of that, 5 points out of the lead coming in tonight's race, tied with Jeff Bond, and you guys were tied for 3rd. And Kelly Horner, our point leader, fell out of the event, so it looks like you may be in line to pick up a spot, but them top 4 cars are still going to be close together. A lot of racing left this season. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a lot of racing left this season. Tell you, we already got our California car out in, I think it's in Texas now. It was our Las Vegas car. They didn't have to do too much, but bring it home, polish it up, and send it back out. So we are already geared up and ready to go out in California and hopefully turn around our nationwide program because we're struggling on that end for some reason. And tonight we got the boost on our Cup program, the rebound that we needed from Vegas.
All right, that's our fourth place finisher, Joey the Man. Long night brings it home fourth. What a great run. As always here, 3-car over strong. We're going to throw it back up to Rich and close out the evening.
Thank you.
At 10-4, there's your drivers. There's the race. The Thunder Valley Bristol track eats 3/4 of the cars tonight. Heck of a race. Ended up with big points racing, believe it or not, at the end of the event. Saw all kinds of damaged cars, saw all kinds of lead changes. One heck of a race tonight, Phil. I'm glad DRTV put this on for Dyno Racing. And I can't wait till next week. This Saturday night televised racing is just unbelievable here at Dyno, and I'm looking forward to every week, every time now.
Usually about 20 cars strong here on a Saturday night. Top-notch fleets from top to bottom. Big wide open range and 2-mile track next week in Fontana. It's going to be a great race. I can't wait to see you all here, and it's going to be a great time.
10-4, 10-4. All right, I want to thank Phil for broadcasting me up in the broadcast booth, or with me up here in the broadcast booth tonight. And of course, SBP Safer Barrier Tracks, NRT Race Servers, and Dyno Racing. Had a heck of a night tonight. DRTV is glad to be a part of this, and we'll close out this televised event with our DRTV commercial, and we will see you all next weekend in California. Thanks for watching.
Are we clear?